How's it going, everyone? Want to talk something absolutely wild. So Best Buy is running a 10 days, 10 games, $10 sale. They've been running a lot of games, and every day it's a new game, and they've been available for $10. You guys get the idea. But I think the latest game should be a clear indicator of why waiting a few months to buy games and, you know, not spending $70 on new releases is really gonna go a long way. Because yes, while there's gonna be a few games out there that hold up in price, it's gonna be few and far between as far as the games that really do hold up in price. You're gonna have your Sony first-party titles. Those will hold up in price for a little while. Games that are received incredibly, exceedingly well, they'll hold up in price for a while. But if you look at the market of gaming since $70 games became a thing, and even before that, games go on sale very, very quickly, and I bring to you guys Best Buy's latest offer, which is Gotham Knights. Gotham Knights came out in October of last year. We did a review of the game. I reviewed my overall experience playing the entire game as Nightwing, and I thought it was an okay game. The issue with it was that people were always going to go into it thinking about the comparison point of Batman Arkham, and Gotham Knights is not Batman Arkham. It just isn't. It's not even close, and it was done by WB Montreal, who in fact did do Batman Arkham Origins, which I think is kind of an underrated game, and it's unfortunate because that game isn't being preserved in any way. It's on PS3 360. If you have it on PC, you can play it on there. But as far as console releases go, you can't play Batman Arkham Origins unless you dig up your PS3. And ain't nobody digging up a PS3 in 2023. I'm sorry, it just ain't happening. But I thought WB Montreal did a fairly decent job with that, so I was kind of excited for Gotham Knights. And I'm not going to say Gotham Knights is a terrible game. However, Gotham Knights is an imperative example that not every game is gonna get away with $70. It's just not possible. And Gotham Knights is one of those games that after playing it, I'm like, man, this is a decent game. It's absolutely not a $70 game. It's not even a $60 game, but $70 made it feel like, okay, this is just a slap in the face to charge $70 for Gotham Knights. And in fact, Best Buy was selling it today for $10. Now, I do this video not to point you guys towards this deal, just because it's out of stock, like people picked it up and it went really fast. Just because this deal is insane, but the fact that it's available for $10 doesn't mean that this is going to be the last deal it's available for $10. You know, this $10 promotion that they're running is pretty cool, but at the end of the day, this promotion, yeah, Best Buy might be the first one to offer Gotham Knights at $10, but this is the price point Gotham Knights is ultimately going to go to, and it came out in the fall of last year, surrounded by 8 billion other big games. If you skip Gotham Knights, you're making out like a bandit, because ultimately you're gonna now get this game for $10 at some point, even if you didn't get it here. Now, if you have a local Best Buy and you go in store and they have Gotham Knights, I believe you can price match it and you can get it for $10 at Best Buy. So, you know, if you're eager to get the game, $10 for the game I think is great. It had some elements that I liked. I thought the open world was nice. A lot of people really dug the narrative. I wasn't as high on it as a lot of other people, but I thought it was fine. Combat was okay. There was some depth to it, and I liked the replayability with all of the different other heroes. 30 frames per second with a game that looks as mid as Gotham Knights does, crazy. Like, I was complaining about that before the game came out when we heard about 30 FPS, and it was just mind-numbing that that could be the deal when we're talking about PlayStation 5 titles. And a game like Gotham Knights, like, we saw that comparison video. Somebody uploaded Gotham Knights compared to Arkham Knight. Like, Arkham Knight is by far the superior game visually. Now, Arkham Knight also ran at 30 frames per second, but Arkham Knight was on the PlayStation 4. Gotham Knights is on the PlayStation 5. So, wild to see a game at this level hit the bargain bin so quickly, but I look at some of the other games coming up that are gonna be $70, and the one that sticks out to me the most is, like, I saw that Don't Nod is releasing their new game, and I forget the exact name of it. Maybe this game will end up being great, but it's a $70 game, which I think is just wild. And that is Banner's Ghost of Eden, I believe the game is called. Banisher's Ghost of New Eden, excuse me. Game looks fine, it's just that when we're talking about games like this and they're priced at $70, I'm just like, man, no slight on the game, no slight at Don't Nod, because I love Don't Nod as a studio, and hey, I was one of the people that was very high on, you know, Vampire, and I loved Vampire, and a lot of people didn't really like it, and this Ghost of New Eden game, it looks like fine, but a new IP at this level at $70, and then not only this game, like an Immortals of Aveum even, like that game being $70, I do think is going to deter people away from buying the game. You know, I'm in this luxurious position where, you know, we make videos and it's kind of my job to play all of these games, but I try to look at it from the lens of the common person. $70 for Gotham Knights, $70 for Immortals of Aveum, $70 for Banisher's Ghost of New Eden, like these these games, some of them I think it would do them real good if they scaled back on the $70 price point. But guess what? I'm not a business aficionado when it comes to game development, and maybe $70 is the route that they're gonna go. And no side on Don't Nod, again, it's they're not the publisher. They're the developers of the game. Publisher is gonna dictate the price point, and $70 just seems like where we're going for a lot of these big titles. I give credit to like Atlas Fallen that did stick with a $60 price point, even though that game wasn't received incredibly well. At least they did stick with $60, even 50 on PC. But yeah, look at games like Gotham Knights. It being $70 at launch was crazy, and now you just see it. And you know, some of these upcoming games, I foresee them going on sale very, very quickly. So you know, and I'm looking at games like Immortals of Vama, Banishers of New Eden, and those are just the two that stick out to me right off the top. And Immortals of Vama, I think, looks great. It's just that, man, the $70 price tag is gonna be something that I think pushes some people away from a lot of games, especially games that, you know, in this current climate of so many game releases, people are going to be hyper-focused on the big releases, and I don't know if, you know, some of these games that are going with the $70 price tag, if they're going to be evaluated from the regular consumer standpoint as the big release. And I think Gotham Knights, you know, was one of those games last year that people are like $70 and it's a mid-level game. Like, nah. Forspoken, another one, another perfect example. Forspoken was a game that $70, and I knew, a lot of people knew from the get-go, like, bro, this game doesn't look all that great, and $70 is kind of an egregious price point. And you see how that game turned out, and I know I get comments all the time of people being like, Forspoken's a decent game, you're a hater. Yo, bro, I'm not a hater of Forspoken. I liked elements of that game, but $70 freaking dollars for Forspoken, bro? You're high if you think that game was worth $70. I'm sorry, man. Yes, did it have like a decent open world to explore? I like the parkour gameplay, some of the magical abilities were nice, but $70 for that narrative, $70 for that level of a game, like, nah. Like, if a game is at $70, it's gotta be at a high level. And you know, games like a Gotham Knights, a Forspoken, I think are just the glaring examples of games that can't get away with the $70 price tag, being the quality of game that they are. You know, God of War Ragnarok, that's a different story. People are gonna be accepting. And, you know, sports games, I guess, can get away with it just because the audiences that buys those games are really into them. But, you know, your Gotham Knights or Forspokens of the world, I really think it'd be a good idea to scale back those prices. But again, I'm not a business major when it comes to game development and pricing and everything like that. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.